Preparing for a competitive entrance exam is always stressful and surprising because many excellent students cannot perform their best and some average students do the miracle. No matter if you are an excellent, average, or poor student, the following 8 minutes are going to be the best learning part of your life, which you should watch before every entrance exam. The video is divided into 3 parts: before the entrance exam, during the entrance exam, and after the entrance exam. There is a lot to do before the entrance exam. Everybody knows no matter how many hours you are studying, the only thing that matters is how much syllabus you have covered and how much of the syllabus you can remember. So it's always better to start early with your schedule and have your syllabus for the relevant entrance exam. As every syllabus has some very hard topics, some very easy topics, and many average ones, be sure you are focusing on the mark gaining topics rather than just revising the easier topics or just wasting your time on the harder topics. Lastly, if you don't revise, then all your work will be counted as zero because you are not going to remember any study materials for more than a few days. Just to study, many students sacrifice their sleep, but if you want to study for 15 hours also, then you have 6 hours for the sleep. Try to prioritize your study and secondly your sleep and healthy diet so that you can last long. If you don't want to regret before sleeping, then try to do exercise in breaks rather than using your gadgets and spoiling your day. Instead of revising a lot, try gaining confidence by seeing your syllabus which you have already completed, because if you have studied for whole year, then not studying for one day will not lead to failure. And if you haven't studied for whole year, then by studying one day you cannot do anything. Be sure about your exam venue and gather necessary materials for exam. This will build your confidence. Be sure you reach the exam venue at least 30 minutes before your exam starts, and be sure you are well dressed because your dressing will boost your confidence. And don't forget to take a bath. During the entrance exam, you will face different kinds of students around you. Some of them will be overconfident and some of them will be overstressed. Be sure you are not going to look at any of them. Stay confident but not overconfident, and stay positive. If you believe in God, then take the name of the God you believe in. Don't look towards your invigilator time and again, because this will force your invigilator to think that you are going to cheat in the exam. After that, he or she may make you uncomfortable by staring at you. Read the instructions carefully and be sure you have already managed your time for each question so that you will not miss any questions because of lack of time. Before you start writing, take a long breath and then only start. For every question, you can give a few seconds to review so that you will not make silly mistakes. Almost every student will start discussing the exam, but this will lead to stress. Overconfident students will say that they have performed extremely well, which will make you think that all these average students have performed well. And what about me? At the same time, the toppers will say that they have made a lots of mistakes and that the questions were very hard, which will force you to think, if the toppers are like this, then what will be my result? Nothing is more important than your life. So always have some options. You can think about what to do if you do not perform well in the competitive exams. Here are some effective things you can do before the exam. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your success. Imagine yourself confidently walking into the examination hall, answering questions effortlessly, and feeling proud as you see your high score. Positive affirmations like, I am prepared, I am confident, and I will succeed can help boost your morale. Incorporate the Pomodoro technique into your study routine. Study for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. During these breaks, try stretching, deep breathing, or a quick walk to refresh your mind and body. You can also use a technique where you have to study 50 minutes and then take 10 minutes break. And also you can use my technique where I study for 2 hours and then take a break for 30 minutes, or continuously study for 4 hours and take a break for 1 hour, where you can do whatever you like, you can enjoy, and in this way you can study very effectively, and you can enjoy your life as well. Try to eat something healthy before you go to study, and staying hydrated is equally important. So make sure to drink plenty of water. A well-nourished brain functions much better. Practicing meditation can significantly reduce stress and improve concentration. Spend at least 5 to 10 minutes daily meditating to clear your brain and enhance your focus. In this video, we talked about what to do before, during, and after a competitive entrance exam. Here, this video was divided into 3 parts, where in the first I told what to do before entrance exam. This include academic preparation, where I told what is most important and what is not important, and what you should do and what you should avoid. And then I told about mental and physical health, where I told about the technique by which you can study for 15 hours and at least you can sleep for 6 hours. And then the third point include one day before exam, where I told a quote which will motivate you, and I also told what to avoid just one day before exam and just in the last hour of the exam. And then I told about during the exam. This includes students around you. The students around you can affect you, and in what sense I already explained. And then guards and invigilators. I told what you should avoid in front of them, otherwise you can face some distractions. And after that, lastly, I told the technique by which by just giving few seconds to every questions you can avoid silly mistakes, and this will not lead you to the lack of time. After the exam includes avoid post-exam analysis. I told how the post-exam analysis can affect you and your brain, and how it can cause the rise of stress. And the second point was backup plan. You should always have options, because your life is most important, not the exam. If you are alive, then you are eligible to give exam, but if you will not be there, then who will attend the exam? And lastly, I mentioned some effective points to do before every exam.